Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fragrant Bunker. Breaking news at Louis Vuitton Fragrances. Oh, what? Let me see. What news we got in here. New perfumes. New perfume book. How much is it going to cost? How much money does Bernard Arnault want for that? And what perfume are we talking about exactly? And what book? Oh! All the tea coming up. First, subscribe to my channel here on the tubes. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week. Come join the fun. Come join the live chats. And everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Louis Vuitton has just released with Jacques Beltrude Cavalier, the head honcho at Louis Vuitton Perfumes. They have released a book. Despina says, I don't like Louis Vuitton perfumes at all. Angie says, oh, I was curious about the book. Well, let me blend in the book. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Louis Vuitton, a perfume atlas. Now, it's kind of fascinating and interesting because it depicts the journey of Louis Vuitton harvests and raw materials throughout the world. It kind of shows you, like Jacques Cavalier takes you on a journey through all the continents of the world, all the different countries in the world, showcasing which country delivers which raw material for their perfumes, you know. So they tell you in which country they get their tonka bean. They tell you in which country they get their vanilla, in which country they get their ylang ylang, in which country they get their rose, and so on. The galbanum, the labdanum, the everything, you know. Well, labdanum they actually call rock rose fully here. I guess it sounds, I don't know, maybe they thought it sounds better. So you usually have a chapter connected to a country from which they harvest one of their raw materials for their perfumes. Is it a book worth having? Yeah, I would not mind having this book. Although I personally, being a Chanel hoe, I would want this from Chanel. Because Chanel, to me, has better ingredients than Louis Vuitton. I mean, I just adore Chanel. And in fact, I just also got myself a 200 ml of Comet. And I am in love. Look at the dent already made in this bottle. I mean, it's a beauty. And I'm actually wearing it today. But anyway, Angie in the chat says, hoping it's about flowers and plants, but worried about it being a promotional gimmick of a brand. And here is, Angie, your worries are partially warranted. Well, you see, the story isn't that simple. It's not just a book. Now, the book itself, you can purchase through Louis Vuitton. I do believe it's only available through Louis, maybe through Amazon. I'm a check. If it's available through Amazon, I can post an affiliates link down below to get the book. But the book is $160. And here's my first issue with this book. $160. Come on. That's a lot. Okay, it's educational. Possibly the information in there might be really revolutionary and revealing, but Louis Vuitton has a ton of money. I know for them $160 is peanuts, but not to their clients. The type of client that wants to read this book is into perfumes. The type of client that buys this book is an aspirational type of client that probably doesn't have the money to spend $1 million on that ugly-ass Speedy out of crocodile and diamonds that Pharrell designed. Talk about tacky. The $1 Million Club Speedy. You know what I mean? Like Louis Vuitton can sell you shit for $1 million, but they don't want to sell anything under like $160. You know, this is one of the cheapest things they have in store. But a book is knowledge. Knowledge should be shared. I do believe that a brand should be noble enough that when they release a book to educate you about something, make it cost less. Louis, you're earning enough money elsewhere. Your markups are insane for your products. When it comes to education, this is not where you should make profit. A book should be, I don't want to say free, because obviously paper, printing, bonding, a curator went into it, an author, photographers need to be paid. Like, I get it. Charge for the book. But a book is about knowledge. A book is the moment that a company can show elegance and nobility. So you don't charge $160 for it. This book tops $50. Is what you should have charged. Now, I'm not saying it's not worth $160. Maybe it is worth $160, but because you are such a rich company and because you are publishing a book which is about knowledge, tone it down with the price. Take a loss with this. This is more for promotional purposes, in my humble opinion. Debbie says Amazon has this book for pre-order. Different cover shown, however. Now, Rachel asks, does it show how many naturals are actually used in their perfumes? That's what we really want to know. Rachel, that's what we really want to know. And Rachel, if you want to know more about that, Louis Vuitton is ready to tell you more about that. But guess what, Rachel? If you want to sniff out most of their raw, natural ingredients, then you're going to have to pay Louis Vuitton the price for said education. Let me show you the next picture. So, of course, if you want to have an example, a sample of every one of the chapters of the book, if you want to have the raw, pure essence of, as a tiny sample of each one of the chapters of the book inside a Louis Vuitton shrine, including the book, you can do that. And these are, I think, paper blotches that you take to test the samples on. Rachel's like, oh, cool. Isn't it cool? Yeah, Rachel, you know what's even cooler? The price. This is $5,000 plus tax. So talk about an educational product. Talk about a product that really helps people learn about the perfume industry and perfumes. $5,000 plus tax. So basically, from the get-go, the person who wants to learn about perfumes is discouraged because the message Louis Vuitton is giving us is this: the perfume industry and the perfume world is only for the rich. If you cannot afford this education, you will never get it. You see? And I don't like that message. I personally don't need the ugly Louis Vuitton box. Probably the box costs $3,000 on its own. You know what I mean? I just want to smell these natural raw materials that they're using for their perfumes. These are very, very interesting. Teresa McGuire says, that's outrageous. Jolie says, it's ridiculous. Nay is like, I knew it. Rachel says, Les Indemodables did that 2 years ago as well. Suck My Banana says, Debbie. Nay says, tuition at Ipsica is about twice that. Angie says, might as well book a course about perfumes instead. Now, $5,000 for, and I love how one of the articles that talks about this particular release says the extra fragrant box set is available at select Louis Vuitton physical locations for $5,000. And the comment says, a pittance for Louis Vuitton loyalists, especially in comparison to some of the intentionally indulgent fare recently put forth by menswear creative director Pharrell. Oh, the shade! Everybody's throwing shade at Pharrell, and I'm living ferret. But I have a picture, next picture, which is a little bit cut out, but don't worry. Like there's a perfume missing, but I have it on my photo here, so don't you worry. So we get to read a couple of them and where they come from. So you see these numbers, 37, 38, 39. Those are the chapters of the book and also the locations where the raw materials are harvested from. So up there in that corner, my hand is cut off, but that diagonally, the first perfume bottle is number 1. It says cocoa. They harvest the cocoa from the Ivory Coast. Do they mention colonialism and the post-colonialism harvesting in their book? I wonder if they touch base on that. The one next to it is incense from, it's very unfocused. I think it says Somalia. And then the third one is geranium from, I can't read, I don't know. Then there is ginger from Nigeria. Mizor, I think Mizor sandalwood from Somalia. Neroli from, is it Tunisia? And there's rosemary, Bourbon vanille from Madagascar. Then the next row, Peru balsam from El Salvador, Gaiac wood from Paraguay, cardamom from Guatemala, red cedar from USA, tonka bean from Venezuela, amaret from Ecuador, key lime from Mexico, pepper something from the USA, vetiver from Haiti, star anise from China, benzoin from Laos, cinnamon from Sri Lanka, clove from Indonesia, galbanum from Persian Gulf, Arabian jasmine from China, magnolia from China, nutmeg from Indonesia, osmanthus from China, oud assam from Bangladesh, patchouli from Indonesia, sandalwood from Australia and Sri Lanka, tuberose from India. They're not harvesting tuberose from France. Calabrian bergamot from Italy. Of course, Calabria is in Italy. Black currant from France. Citron from Italy. Rock rose, that's the labdanum. Spain instead of Cyprus. Lemon, Italy. Iris from Tuscany, Italy. They don't just say Italy for the iris right there. They say Tuscany, Italy. Jasmine or grandiflorum, Jasminum grandiflorum from Grasse, France. Lavender from France. Sicilian mandarin from Italy. Why don't they say Sicily, Italy then? Mimosa from France. Narcissus from France. The Centifoglia rosa, type of rose from Grasse, France. Damask rose from Turkey and Bulgaria. Clary sage, which is missing there. The last one is clary sage from France. So those are the 45 fragrances or raw materials that you get to sniff on, and you get to mix them, combine them together. Obviously, these ingredients, these raw materials on their own do not make a perfume. There's a lot more that goes into creating a perfume, not just what you see here, obviously. And Louis Vuitton is not going to share and disclose that information with us. Debbie says influencers will be sent this for free and not give a damn. Probably, you know who they are. They're going to get these boxes and they're going to be like, oh, whatever. And then you're going to find these individual bottles probably sold on eBay or somewhere. Nay is asking how long they're going to last. They're going to expire quickly in that small vial. Yes, well, that's another issue. Basically, they will at a certain point expire. This box, let me go back a picture so you get to see the box again. This box is going to be a dust collector because you can't use the box for something else. unless you can't take out the perfume holders. But then there's a drawer underneath, so the book is always in here. So this is not a deep box to put trinkets in there. It's literally this deep. So you paid $5,000. The perfumes are going to expire, right? So you're going to be just left with the book, and the book is $160, or Debbie said pre-order on Amazon for $128. If this is going to be available on Amazon on release date, $120 or $130, I would wait to purchase it because, you know, with Amazon, books usually go on sale sooner or later. And I don't really care for Louis Vuitton making money or not. So I would wait with the book if there's a good deal, you know, under $100. You know, I want to see this book go under $80. Best would be 50 or less. I don't expect it to hit 50. Maybe a couple of years from now when somebody sells it, you know, secondhand or whatever, pre-loved. But under $100, we can talk about it. Interesting to own a book about perfumes, always is, depending on how well curated and written it is. But that's the news. Louis Vuitton is kind of hitting us with the raw materials. Now imagine if Chanel did something like this. Chanel's Grasse Tuberose, the Grasse May Rose, Chanel's Grasse Jasminum Grandiflorum, Chanel's Ylang Ylang, Chanel's Vanilla, Chanel's Lavender from Grasse, which they use for Jersey Extrait. They've discontinued the Extrait. That's something, Chanel's Ylang Ylang, that's something I want to smell in pure form. And you usually get to sniff on those if you're ever lucky enough to get invited to the Chanel masterclass, the perfumer masterclass, in particular for their Les Exclusives fragrances. So interesting. Nay says, my apartment is so tiny and hot. I would love to have something like that gifted. What an amazing resource for perfume sniffing in general. But I know my apartment would ruin them, LOL, because it's so hot. Rachel says the specific regions are important in some cases. For example, Tuscan orris root due to harvest conditions and extraction method, etc. So it makes sense to mention. I think verbena EO is no longer allowed in fragrances due to IFRA, but I could be misremembering. Doesn't matter. To me, when they list Tuscany, Italy, it's Italy. Now, why are you not listing, for whatever reasons, then also let me know. Oh, you know, the bergamot. Where in Italy are you harvesting the bergamot exactly from? You know, what are you hiding if you don't want to tell me exactly the region where? If you told me before, now you don't anymore. Zach says, yes, but only in paper, biodegradable pulp, price on request. Oh yes, from Chanel would be price on request, biodegradable pulp box. You sneeze once on it and your snots melt the box. You're welcome. Thank you, Bruno Pavlovsky. You're welcome. Everything I said in this video was for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged, just my opinion. Would you be buying just the book or the book with the box? Are you going to shell out $160 plus tax, or are you going to shell out $5,000 plus tax? Do you already own this set? Let me know. Thoughts and prayers down below. Thumb up the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe, and until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Bye.